Are you capitalist? Are you?
She's a socialist. Come on. Just say it. We already know it. The Red Scare, as you're about to say it.
I'm not like super defined, but I'm a political science student. I'd say I'm on the left.
Yeah, you're a socialist.
I'm not a socialist.
Well, what
I'm
are
on
you?
the left.
What are
you
you?
progressive?
Do you believe in laissez-faire capitalism?
I know about laissez-faire capitalism. I know John Locke.
Would you prefer a mixed market economy? Would you prefer that we
already have a mixed market
So
economy.
let's try it this way. Universal health care, yes or no?
Okay, you just want to roast me like once
No,
I
I
say
just
yes,
want to ask
and
you.
I'm fine with
Not even going to roast your question.
Yes.
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 Okay. You want expanded welfare benefits?
That one, it's a case-by-case basis. Depends on the benefit. Depends where.
For
depends
minorities
how it's
specifically?
Implemented. Whoa, chill. No, that's not. I would say it's very based on public policy. Is a very complicated thing, and I'd say yes. Generally, I'd like the cost of living to be lower and people to be able
Didn't
to
you
afford
just
to
earlier
live.
say that you wanted expanded social benefits for maternity leave?
I said that people would not have to abort as much if there was more.
So are you for that or
Welfare.
against that?
Wait, but hasn't the social welfare state
It's just like getting an
increased
answer
and
out of
ability
this
has
is
a
also
nightmare.
increased?
I don't know. Show me the numbers. Okay, okay, fine, sure. Yeah, more welfare,
Okay.
welfare, universal health care. Go ahead,
Okay,
roast
so
me.
when it comes, I'm not roasting you. I'm
That's
just
what
telling
you're
you
setting
that
up for. I know
all
that's
of
why you're
your-
so curious.
All of your idea. If you don't want to answer the question, you don't have to.
Okay.
I thought you wanted to engage in a debate.
I'd love to. Let's go for it.
Okay, so
Why are we stuck with two ultra extremes? You
They're not
realize
ultra
that,
extreme.
Yeah, these are ultra
they're not.
extremes.
I'm still trying to understand
Feminism
You're just a
and
milquetoast fence-sitting
masculinism.
libertarian.
No,
with it.
Milquetoast fence sitter.
and feminism.
But you
we,
can
we
argue
don't
Milquetoast.
actually have anything in the
Yeah,
middle.
you don't have to just argue
that's,
with him.
that
Yeah.
has common sense that's
Hold on.
balanced.
We're going to allow Andrew and her to have a back and forth. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, but the milquetoast fence sitter wants to jump in, you know. But
It's not milquetoast
It is.
fence
It's
sitting. It's
libertarian
common
milquetoast
sense.
feminism.
Okay, most people in America.
It's common sense in
would-
the
would agree with
1970s
me.
when they were burning bras, maybe. But anyway, go ahead.
What do you mean? Go ahead.
Well, I was asking about expanded social programs.
Yeah, we should have more expanded social programs.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. What would you say distinguishes your ideology from that of somebody who identifies as being a socialist?
There are still capitalist things in place in society.
Socialists believe in mixed economies.
Okay, sure. I'm a socialist then.
Okay. That's so. Then when you said the Red Scare,
Yeah.
how many people do you think would identify themselves as socialists in the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s?
There's a good amount. CPUSA was
No,
still
there was
active.
not a good amount.
CPUSA was still active before the.
What do you
Red Scare.
define a good amount? Less than
The
almost
Communist
no percentage?
Party of the United States of
Yeah,
America?
very
How about
tiny.
you look it up?
Very
no,
tiny.
it had a substantial. It
Well,
was
it's
actually
substantial.
also involved with civil rights
Yeah,
organizations. at the time.
CPUSA, Communist Party USA, and people who identify as communists, very small threshold even to this day. How many people do you think there were in the 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s,
I'm saying
40s?
prior to the Red Scare, there were a lot more. But yes.
There were a lot more communists here?
Yeah.
Prior to the Red Scare?
There were a lot more people who identified as communists prior to the Red Scare.
Prove it.
I wish I could. I don't have anything in front of me, but yes.
And it was that
There
because
were.
Bolshevik communists were imported here after like things like Operation Paperclip and these various things where we brought them in, and then they went into academia, like I just said, and you scoffed at it?
Show me.
What does
Where's
that
the
have to
proof?
do-
Oh.
Here's the proof. Do you know what Operation Paperclip is?
Yeah, it's some sort of thing where they sent the Bolsheviks in to turn America's.
You don't know what it
to
is?
demoralize
So
the
just
American
say,
capitalist
I don't know what
spirit.
it is. Just say it.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know exactly.
Yeah, you don't know what it is. So just
What
I
does
would
that have
employ
to
you
do
read
with
the book
though, like
Anthony
the
Sutton.
men
He has
in
a really good commentary on what happened and how the Wall Street actually funded the Bolsheviks.
big
And
time.
if you're a political science major,
I
I
can
would
fix her.
I would
Again,
ask you to-
what does that have to do with men in their individualized homes keeping their duty to God and themselves as men and making the best example in their home? If men decided, I'm not going to deal with feminists and completely stopped dealing with feminists, it would go away because women would realize that's no longer a part of the market. And if
Ultimately-
they wanted good men,
Yeah.
they would have to put aside those and pick up the godly
but ultimately,
perspective.
you have to understand you're dealing with two massive components. One, you can look at things like the MK Ultra program and you can see how successful brainwashing on a mass scale really is. Massively successful. You know it's true because all you have to do is look at the end of the table to see it. Okay, brainwashing,
You're brainwashed,
massively
Renee.
successful.
It's okay.
But
I'm
she
the
said
youngest
that
one
she's
here.
not a Christian.
She's
She
an
was raised in a
MK
house
Ultra
without a father.
victim.
Those are
Renee
the ones who are
is the
most
MK.
vulnerable to this kind of stuff.
Not true.
But
I mean,
it's true.
kind of
If you
true.
have a
It's
good
true that
father
your
who
propensity to it
follows
is more.
God
but
and
what I'm,
sticks to his morals,
But what
you're
you
not gonna
discover
be the
is
same
this.
thing.
Here's what you discover. If
All
you
I
look
know
at like
is
MK
that
Ultra, for instance.
this ideology here that you're
You mean the
espousing.
Alex Jones ideology?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
This ideology
Talk to him about
here,
MK Ultra. You don't know what you're
this
talking about.
ideology here is
Okay.
is literally recruiting feminists.
Uh-huh,
it is
sure it is.
recruiting leftist liberal voters.
Yeah, let's get more women voting because otherwise women will
do
vote.
vote. That's the reality
Yeah,
of the
more women voting
situation.
or
So
women
if
will
you
vote.
continue espousing these very radical belief sets that doesn't
Milk those
actually really
beliefs.
align with conservative Republican
it does.
beliefs. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, what's a
No, it
patriarchy in the
doesn't.
Christian ethic?
You are going to be turning out more women to go vote for some horrible candidate like Joe Biden.
Okay. If it's
Okay?
extreme,
that's what you're going to
why
be doing.
do you consider Catholicism extreme because it's a patriarchy? Do you consider Orthodoxy extreme because it's a patriarchy? And do you consider most denominational churches extreme because they operate under a patriarchy?
What you're pushing for
Answer
is
my
to undo.
fucking
Answer the
question without a question for once. Are they extreme because they are patriarchist?
No, they're not.
No.
They're this religion.
Then I'm not saying anything extreme from a Christian standpoint. Next.
Where does it
back
say
over to
in
you.
Catholicism women don't have the right to vote, though?
The Catholic Church, literally, the doctrine was always that you could not have female clergy. That was the doctrine. Same thing with
Okay.
Orthodoxy, always.
Okay, so what we have separation of church and state, though. So when we're talking
Oh, you
about
secularist beliefs. Yay.
No.
Our founders would have loved that.
okay,
Can
but,
I just
but we don't
ask-
have we aren't like the Muslim countries where Sharia law, is dictated
has a
by
question.
religions.
Our original
Dear God.
colonies, each one of our original colonies had a state
now.
religion. Are you aware that at the founding of the United States, all 13 of the colonies, which then became states, had a state religion? Are you aware of that? All of them had a state religion.
Okay.
Every single one of them. Where's this separation of church and state?
Okay, but you're talking about the colonies. You're not talking
No,
about the
post
United
after
States
the
of
United States was
America.
ratified, every single state had a state religion.
Okay, well, why do we have it say separation of church? and
We
state?
don't. That's a liberal progressive talking point.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. Their secularism is stupid on its face.
That's why
and
they
the-
don't allow they don't allow religion in the schools.
Can I just
And
ask?
Go
you're
ahead.
you're
Go
okay
ahead.
with that?
No, I'm not necessarily.
Well, I
okay
thought it
with
was
that,
we have
but
a
it's one of the
secular
reasons
state.
why they don't allow it.
Because of first of all, because the Supreme Court rules on a thing doesn't mean the thing ought to be true. One and two doesn't mean that was the intention of our founders. Our founders had no intention at all of this becoming a Muslim nation or anything absent a Christian nation ever.
Grid One
Ever.
Motorsports donated $200.
We're gonna read some chats
Blonde
after this.
Rhino, please stop catering to the feminist talking points. It encourages them and makes everyone else take you less seriously. Listen to Andrew. He is right. Get some help. Be better.
Before I have you guys come in,
That's ridiculous. Okay.
she says you're ridiculous, Grid One, if you have thoughts on
is.
that. But let me read these chats. We have 4 chats. We'll try to get through them. We have Killa of Cereal. It's going to come in here in just a sec. Grid One, thank you, man. Killa of Cereal, the Declaration of Independence. Truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Right. What you're talking about
Right.
there is an axiom. Axioms are not a justified starting point. The only justification you can have for a starting point is through God. I've never seen a secularist present anything other than an axiom, meaning I just think we should arbitrarily start here for our philosophical discussion for no fucking reason whatsoever. It's not based in anything. It's just an axiom. My axiom is that axiom's wrong. Why am I wrong?
Well, tell us
It's
more
a
about how you don't
constitutional
believe in the
republic if we could
Constitution.
keep it,
Hold
by
on.
the way.
I'm telling you that the Constitution's a
It's our
social
job.
construction. What do you mean don't believe in it?
You
No,
literally said
Sorry,
that earlier.
let me read these chats. Chris Blakeman,
You did say
2024. Hey guys, keep up the good fight and keep spread the word of holding true to our values as men and women together. We can all build something great together if we keep having these conversations. From Chris Blakeman, 2024. He's running for president or something, local something council member. All right, thank you, man. Yo, W. Benny, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I can barely watch this podcast without Andrew on it. At least when Andrew isn't around, Grid One seems to keep the 3-0 foes, the strumpets, in check. Long-time listener, first-time donator. Hey, thank you, man. A 45 ACP beats BJJ. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That's true. It does.
Every single time.
An automatic Colt pistol wins every conflict. It's true.
What about a bow?